Alrighty, here we are in lesson 21, and we're talking about surface area in this lesson. So in this opening exercise, it just tells us to find the surface area of this right rectangular prism. So if you think about surface area, we have a 3D object. It's three-dimensional, so there are many faces on it. So we're going to start with the shaded face here, and I'm going to label this as face number 1. Alright, so area, we know how to find the area of a rectangle. So for number 1, we're going to do A equals 4 times 6, which we know is just 24. And now if you think about it, we have two side faces, one on the left, one on the right. So to find the total area for the sides, it'd be 24 plus 24, which would be 48. Okay, so that's our first part. Now let's look at the front and the back. So I'm going to label this as face number 2. So for face number 2, our area for our front would be 3 times 6, which is 18. And again, we have a front and a back, so we'd have to do 18 plus 18, and that equals 36. Alright, but we're not done yet. We still have a top and a bottom. So I'm going to label my top and bottom face as number 3. So number 3, we have A equals, and it would be 3 times 4, which is 12. And we have a top and a bottom, so we have 12 plus 12, which is 24. But now I just have all these individual numbers. So I've got to add up my 48 plus 36 plus 24. So our grand total for our surface area is 108 inches squared. Okay, so that's kind of the long way. Alright, we're going to skip the next page, and we're going to go on to page 4 in your note packet. Alright, so we're going to use a formula now. So the formula for surface area that we are going to use is, I'm going to do it in red here, SA equals P, capital P times H, plus 2 times capital B. And we're going to list out our letters here. So P is perimeter of base. H is our height. We know that one. And then capital B is the area of the base. Okay. So we're going to use this now to help us out. So if we look at the first one, I'm going to shade what I want to use as my base. So I want to use this front side because I can see it. You could choose really any of them though for this shape. Alright, so we have surface area equals our perimeter of our base, 4 plus 4 plus 10 and plus 10 times our height. So how long is it to connect it back to the other base? And that's 17 plus 2 times the area, which would just be 4 times 10. So now I add up 4 and 4 and 10, and I get 28 times 17 plus 2 times and 4 times 10 is 40. So if I keep going through order of operations, 28 times 17 is 476 plus 80. So my grand total of surface area is 556 square centimeters. So I think you will all agree that this is a lot better than the first one, finding all the individual ones, so we're just going to keep using this formula. So if we look at the next one here, I'm going to make this bottom part my base because it just makes sense to me, at least. Alright, so surface area equals perimeter of the base. So I've got 7, and I've got to look up here to see what my other side is, which is 4 plus 7 plus 4 times my height, which I can clearly see is 10, plus 2 times the area of the base, which would just be 7 times 4. Alright, so if I add up the inside of the parentheses here, I get 22 times 10 plus 2 times 7 times 4 is 28. And now 22 times 10 is 220, and it'd be plus 56. So when I add them up, I get a grand total of 276 square centimeters. All right. right. Keep going here. This one is a little different. If you look, now we have a triangular prism. All right. So our base is our triangle. So I'm going to shade in this front one here for us to look at. And maybe I'll outline it in orange to help us. This is our base. So if you want to use other colors, you can. So surface area. First, the perimeter of the base, which is 3 plus 4 plus 5, times the height that connects the two bases. This 7 here connects them. That's our height. Plus 2 times the area of the base. So the area of a triangle would be 3 times 4 divided by 2. Okay, now I can just go ahead and solve and simplify. So 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 5 gives us 12. So times 7 plus 2 times, let's see, 3 times 4 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. 7 times 12 is 84, and this is plus 12, so our grand total would be 96 square feet this time. Get ahead of myself here. Square feet, so 96 square feet. Make sure you're looking at your labels. Okay. Go ahead and flip the page. Alright, if you look on the next page here, we're back to our rectangular prism, so not too bad. Alright, we're actually going to skip this one in the video. This is one I want you to try on your own, so maybe if you want to pause it and do it right now and come back. We're going to do one more triangular prism together, just because we haven't seen it really. So we're going to look at this middle one. So our base is going to be this triangle, so I'm going to shade it in. This is our base. I'll outline it for us so we can clearly see our shape. Okay, so now surface area equals perimeter of the base, so 3 plus 4 plus 5, similar to the other one, times our height now is 11. Plus 2 times the area of the base, so 3 times 4 divided by 2. So we get 12 times 11. Plus 2 times 6. 12 times 11 is 132, so plus 12, so our grand total here is 144 square centimeters. Alright, so this last one here, another triangular prism, I'd like you to try this one on your own too, so we can just go over them in class tomorrow. Alright, so make sure you try that one and the one up at the top of the page on your own, and then we will go over the answers in class tomorrow.